Okay, so if I ask you to picture like a classic Ice Age giant, your mind probably jumps straight to the woolly mammoth.
Almost instantly, yeah. It's the icon.
But lurking alongside it, across that huge icy expanse of northern Eurasia during the Pleistocene, well, there was another beast. Just as big, just as hairy, and maybe even a bit stranger. The woolly rhinoceros.
That's right. Coelodonta antiquitatus. Often in the mammoth shadow, but equally fascinating. For this deep dive, we're really focusing on this incredible animal.
Okay.
Our sources show it was just incredibly adapted to that cold steppe, a true Ice Age survival machine. We want to look at its biological toolkit and its relationship with early humans, which turns out to be pretty complex.
Right, let's get into that survival kit. This wasn't a small animal we're talking about. How big was it exactly?
Oh, it was huge. Comparable to the biggest rhino alive today, the white rhino. Think over 3.5 meters long, maybe 1.6 meters tall at the shoulder, a real heavyweight.
Wow. And the cold adaptations. Beyond just being woolly.
Exactly. The long, thick brown fur and dense undercoat are obvious, sure. But it's the other details, Shorter, stockier limbs, a really short tail, maybe 0.5 meter max.
Okay.
And the ears, much smaller than modern rhinos. All about reducing surface area, minimizing that heat loss in the freezing winds.
And that feature you see in the frozen mummies, the massive shoulder hump. That looks really distinct, what was going on there.
Ah, the hump. Yeah, that's critical. Sources suggest it was mainly a huge fat reserve, like a built-in energy pack for those long stretches when food was scarce, buried under snow.
Makes sense.
And possibly it helped with thermoregulation, too. Concentrating that mass likely reduced the overall skin surface exposed to the cold. Smart design.
Okay, but the horn, that front horn was enormous, wasn't it? Like over a meter long sometimes.
Easily. Up to 1.35 meters, yeah. But it wasn't just for show or defense. It had a very specific day job, let's say.
Which was?
It was basically a snow shovel. We can tell because preserved horns are often kind of flattened, not round.
Flattened.
Yeah, and they show these abrasion marks, like scrape patterns. They were definitely using that massive horn to push aside snow and ice to get at the grasses and sedges underneath. Essential for a grazer on the mammoth steppe.
Hold on. Using a horn like that, digging into frozen ground. Wouldn't that put immense pressure on the skull?
You'd think so, but that's where another cool adaptation comes in. Their nasal septum, the wall inside the nose, it was ossified, turned to bone.
Really? Bone inside the nose?
Exactly. It provided the extra strength, the reinforcement needed to handle the stress of constantly using that horn like an excavator without, breaking their face.
That's incredible specialization. It must have made them pretty formidable prey, though. Did humans actually hunt them often? Before we get to the hunt, maybe let's quickly thank our sponsor.
Good idea. This deep dive is sponsored by Embersilk. If you need help with AI training, automation, integration, or software development,
or even just figuring out where AI agents could make the biggest difference for your business, or just for you personally.
Right? Check out embersilk.com for your AI needs.
Okay, welcome back. So, humans and rhinos sharing this icy landscape. You mentioned interaction wasn't super common.
Statistically, yeah, it's relatively rare. Only about 11% of the Siberian sites we have show woolly rhino remains alongside human evidence. But where we do find evidence, it's pretty clear.
Clear how? Like definite hunting?
Oh, yes. We find rhino specimens with injuries that match spear wounds from human weapons and bones with lots of cut marks suggesting they were butchered really thoroughly.
For meat.
For meat, definitely, but also specifically breaking bones to get at the marrow inside, which is incredibly nutritious. They were efficient.
And they used other parts too, right? Not just food.
Absolutely. Those huge horns and dense bones were valuable raw materials. We found things like spear throwers, atlatls actually carved from rhinoceros-horn. Pretty amazing craftsmanship.
Wow. So there was a practical relationship, but also maybe something more. You see them in ancient art, don't you?
You do, and prominently. They show up in famous Upper Paleolithic cave paintings, like Chauvet Cave in France. We're talking over 31,000 years ago.
And these paintings, are they detailed?
Remarkably so. The artists really captured their look, that distinctive hump, the low-slung head. Sometimes they even depicted scenes, like maybe rhinos fighting each other, or humans in the process of hunting them. It shows they were an important part of their world, visual too.
So if they were so perfectly adapted, this ultimate Ice Age machine, what finally did them in? They disappeared around 14,000 years ago, right?
Yeah, towards the end of the Pleistocene megafauna extinction event, the main culprit seems to have been climate change, specifically the Bellingala-Red warming period.
Warming. But they were built for the cold.
It's a bit counterintuitive, isn't it? But the warming brought something else. Increased precipitation. More rain, yes, but crucially, more snowfall. Deeper, softer snow.
Ah, so it buried their food source.
Exactly. Woolly rhinos were adapted to graze on low-growing grasses on the dry steppe. Deep snow made that impossible. It fragmented their habitat, cut off their food supply. They just couldn't cope with deep snow.
A tragic end for such a specialized animal. But the story isn't quite over, because we keep finding them, don't we? Frozen in time.
We do, thankfully. The permafrost is an incredible preservative. Finds like the Sterunia rhino back in 1907, or more recently, that incredibly well-preserved baby rhino found in 2014.
Sasha, right?
That's the one, Sasha the baby rhino. These mummified remains are invaluable. They give us clues about fur color, soft tissues, things a skeleton just can't tell you. It's like getting a snapshot from the Ice Age.
And finding Sasha, a baby, just drives home that there are still so many secrets locked away in the ice about these animals, doesn't it? Imagine understanding their exact diet from stomach contents, or maybe even clues about diseases they carried. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is. The Ice Age isn't entirely gone, in a way.
Well, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the woolly rhinos, please subscribe to the show.
Yeah, and hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It genuinely helps other curious people find us. Thanks for tuning in.